Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here with another Warhammer Combat Cards Balance Pass. This one will be starting on Monday, May 12th, 2025. And we have a Battle Pass themed around Angron. So, Chaos themed, some really cool looking cosmetics there, and lots of fun cards that are getting buffed this time around. So let's dive into the balance changes. Starting with Chaos. We're looking at the cards in-game before they get buffed here. So this, first of all, we have the Fleshhound of Khorne getting +6 to its melee attack, so it'll be chomping down a little harder. We've got the World Eater's Exalted 8-bound. This is an epic bodyguard getting a major buff, +20 health, +10 melee attack, and his trait is getting changed from Berserk to Fear. That's the main trait, which is definitely a lot more impactful on a card that only has one attack type. Karn the Betrayer, who is already a very strong card with Furious Charge and Deathblow, is getting even stronger, +10 to his melee attack. Another Chaos character, Karanak, will be going up 6 points, putting him at 18 points, but he's getting +40 health, +15 melee, and it looks like some of his upgrades are being changed from health to melee, so he's going to have a massive boost to his melee attack. This is actually going to be a pretty fun one to use, I think. Having only Outflank as a trait is not really that great, but I still think he's going to be pretty decent, like in a Skull Taker deck, for example. Then we get Lord Invocatus getting +20 health, and the Skull Cannon is getting its trait changed from Berserk to Fear. So, with 2 attack types, Berserk wasn't that bad of an option on this one, although it did start with pretty low attack stats. I think it did get buffed several times in the past, but yeah, I guess it's just not being used very much, so Fear will make it quite durable, but still keep the damage output pretty low. And a pretty impactful change to Skull Taker, the Warlord. So he's getting +20 health, and his secondary trait is getting changed from Berserk to Deadshot, so that enables you to target Warlords and take them down a lot more easily. So yeah, that's definitely much better than Berserk, so it's a pretty major upgrade to Skull Taker if you have him at level 9 or above. Next up for Eldari, we've got a few buffs to some newer cards, including the Harlequin Troopmaster with Inspiring Presence. This one's just getting +5 to its ranged and melee attacks. We've got 3 Mandrake bodyguards, so there's this one with Outflank, this one with Furious Charge, this one with Fear. Looks like all 3 of them are getting +5 to their melee attack. I think that might be a typo there on the Dream Eater because this one does not have a ranged attack. For Servants of the Emperor, we've got Arcadian Leantis, the Supreme Commander. He's getting his special rule buffed from 40% increased damage on your highest melee and ranged attack cards to 60%. It's a pretty big increase in damage output, but again, this was a pretty weak special rule, I think, compared to a lot of the other warlords for Servants of the Emperor. And then we've got some very minor point reductions on 2 of the Imperial Knights. The Beast Killer with Furious Charge and Big Game Hunter -1 point, putting it at 102. And then the Knight Paladin with Precision Shot and a Furious Charge going down 2 points, putting it at 102 as well. And then for Space Marines, we've got some weaker cards getting buffed, such as the Imperial Fist Intercessor with Furious Charge getting +8 ranged and melee. The Eradicator with Big Game Hunter going down 2 points, putting it at 21. Got the Infiltrator getting +8 to its ranged attack. I personally do like this one. I tended to use it with like Tomeron in ranked mode. And then the Raven Guard Primaris Chaplain on Bike with Inspiring Presence. This guy's going down 2 points, putting him at 31 and getting +5 melee. Yeah, he was... way back in the day I used to use this guy before he started getting outclassed by other better cards. And then for Orcs, we got the 6-point Commando with Target Acquired getting +7 melee. The Burnabama with Barrage going down 2 points, so it would be at 43. And then the 28-point Gargant Smasher going up 10 health. Then for Tyrannids, we've got the Pyrovore with Barrage going up 10 health as well. And then the Hive Tyrant Bodyguard with Inspiring Presence and Shield as its secondary. That one is going up 30 health. This one did have extremely low health for its point cost, so that was definitely a needed buff there, I think. And that is it for the balance changes this season. We also have a number of cards being added to the general pool, so 2 for the Orcs, 3 Genestealer Cult cards. Some of those are actually pretty good, I think, so I'm glad to see those entering the general pool. 4 Space Marine cards, including the legendary Sanguinor, and 5 more Servants of the Emperor bodyguards. So yeah, this is a much more exciting balance pass than the last seasons. And especially if you're playing Melee Chaos, I think you're going to have a grand old time in this season. I do want to get a couple games in with the Skull Taker just to see how much harder these guys are hitting. But hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.